I think we're recording. Hi, you guys. Got JK. Got Live, Love, Laugh. Carolyn. The whole team. N4K, John D. Renee Art. And I have today, hope I got my microphone hooked up here. Hopefully, I guess I do. There it is, okay. Put this in my choker. That's what we called it in the 70s, chokers. Still wearing chokers today. It's a fashion must. Fashion do. There. So, hopefully, you're getting my voice. And I'm going to do some soft-spoken love quotation books. One of my doggies, when they were puppies, chewed on the edge, which adds a little bit of character to it. I've tore out many pictures over the years. Had this for quite a while. So the illustrations are gone. But let's read some. Let's see what we got here. Put my glasses on. Oh, my last video got taken down. Questionable, but it got taken down, so I guess I need to sit up just a little bit. So let's see if I get a pillow. So just a little bit higher. That's better. Okay, better framing. There we go. Outfit of the day. Trying to look more normal. Abby Normal. Do you remember in the 70s there was a TV show called I don't remember, it was a Mel Brooks movie, and it had like this guy that's eyes went like this when he goes, Abby Normal, and it was a brain in there. Abby Normal was the name of the brain in there. Okay, so let's see. Literary companion. Let's do some soft-spoken video. Well, let's see, how can I read this? Not into set it right there. Okay, that might work. Okay. Here, I'm getting right. Okay, so right here, but I get some. Okay. Well, let's get to that. Was the preface. We don't need to hear about the preface. Wilber's quotation. Well. If you're in love, this will be for you. If you want to have love, this will inspire you. Okay, so. What happiness to be beloved, and oh, what bliss, ye gods, to love. I won't even say who said this because it's like. Okay, I'll say. Jonathan Wolfgang Goethe. Goethe, whoever he is. Maybe you know. Any time that is not spent on love is wasted. How am I doing on my frame? This is pretty good. This needs to be elevated. This needs to be elevated with a leaf, a crystalline leaf, like an acrylic leaf. Let's get it up a little bit. There we go. Oh, I think that's better somehow. Oh, I do. I think that's a little better for some reason. You know, this is kind of this Cupid thing, this fat little chubby baby gonna plunge an arrow into your heart. I think it's satanic. Cupid, yeah. It's all satanic, all of our lore. Let's see. Okay, what else? Love is a constant interrogation. In fact, I don't know of a better definition of love. Constant interrogation. Love is a constant interrogation? It sounds weird. I know, I got my eyebrows a little bit thin. Milan Kundera said that. And here's one. Falling in love is a phenomenon of attention, but of an abnormal state of attention which occurs in a normal man. Ortega y Gasset. Falling in love is a phenomenon of attention, but of an abnormal state of attention which occurs in a normal man. The great tragedy of life is not that men perish, but that they cease to love. W. Somerset Maugham. He wrote some kind of deep book. So I was listening to a super soldier woman, I want to say in Australia, but she's got an interesting accent, and she was talking about doing her shadow work. Her shadow work. And do you do your shadow work? Do you do your shadow work? So, I guess she said we all have trauma and that we all have to do our shadow work. I personally, I feel like I've done my shadow work, but maybe not enough. I don't know. Let's just try it. One smells good, three smells better. Sometimes I think people that want you to do your shadow work are just drama junkies, and they want you to be down and intense like they are because happiness is just so foreign to them. They're like, do your shadow work so you can vibe like I do, and then we can meet in the mind. So we do our shadow work. It's good to be home. Home is a feeling in your heart. Happiness is a feeling in your heart. And sometimes we got to clean out and do an inventory in the cabinets and dust and stuff that's gotten swept under the rug. Shadow work. So yeah, I'm looking at a little American flag. I'm looking at the Constitution, the right to free speech, and how YouTube getting censored. I'm not clever enough to avoid the algorithms, and so I get what I deserve. Probably gonna get this one taken down too. I mean, you can't even read the Bible. So, but back to love poetry. Where were we? Oh, here's a pretty love picture. She's leaning away, he's coming forward. Why is that? Why is the man leaning forward and the girl's pointing? Well, look at a stallion. Look at horses. Yeah, 7 times hornier than a woman. 7 times. Now, God does everything by design. So, yeah. Interesting. Isn't that cute? Even though it is kind of sadistic. Okay, so money cannot buy love, but it makes shopping for it a lot easier. Okay, anonymous. Love, which is all-inclusive, seems to repel us. Maybe? Henry Miller. Love is like an hourglass. with the heart filling up as the brain empties. Jules Renard. I don't even know what I read. Let me try it again. Love is like an hourglass with the heart filling up as the brain empties. Yeah, and that's so true. That's so true. Hold on, I dropped some pasta with zucchini. I don't know why that's in there. A little recipe book in with the love poetry. As the brain empties, the love fills up, the heart fills up. So I guess you have to get out of your intellect and just get still. And interestingly enough, that the more still I get, the more empty I get, the more it comes flooding in. And the stillness is the key. I really find that to be true. The stillness is the key. So, let's see. But that might not be true for you. Everybody's different. Compared to other feelings, love is an eternal cosmic force wearing a disguise of meekness. In itself, it is simple and unconditional as consciousness and as death, as oxygen or uranium. It is not a state of mind. It is the foundation of the universe. Boris Pasternak. Okay, I don't know what I read. Let me try it again. Compared to other feelings, love is an eternal cosmic force wearing a disguise of meekness. A disguise of meekness. In itself, it is as simple and unconditional as consciousness and as death. This poet is Boris Pasternak. Sounds satanic to me. It is not a state of mind. It is a foundation of the universe. Not even worth our time on that one, in my opinion. You might see something really deep and meaningful in it, but I just find it sort of like... And my hair, I don't know what the hell happened here. It's like kind of like mushed and kind of like... But that's what happens when you go to sleep on wet hair and then you sleep all night in your pillows and you wake up and you've got bedhead. Bedhead. I'll try to fluff it up a little bit. Fluff it up so it doesn't have the pointed look. Messy look, but not pointed. Marilyn Monroe said, imperfection is beauty. So we're going to stick with that one. And an ideal of love. To love with all desire and yet to be as kind as an old man past desire. What? An ideal of love. To love with all desire, passion, want, and yet be as kind as an old man past desire. Oh, so tempering your desire with restraint and consideration instead of just going in and raping and pillaging. Showing a little kindness. Okay, I think that's profound. That's deep. We'll take that one. We'll go with that one. Yeah. See, if I'm close like this, then you don't see the awkward hair. What is this? Oh, that's the dress underneath. Okay. Little distraction. I haven't been on YouTube in a while. Hi, you guys. Hi, Dad. Hi, Dad. I love you, Dad. I'm sorry I sent you a video and it didn't make it. And hi, Tracy. I did the same with you. Oops. Maybe this one will stay up. I can't guarantee it, but I'm going to try. Hi. Long time no see. Yeah. Long time no see. If you go to this side, there's 3 little dots. 3 little dots. Press up here. Then it'll come down. It'll say automated captions, I think, or something like that. And all of a sudden, you'll see underneath all the printed stuff, so you'll be able to hear me. Yeah. I'm a little bit hard of hearing myself, so let's see. Okay. Just a wee bit. Okay. And let's see. I have a stinking hangover. We're not even going to read that. If you have a stinking hangover, I don't even want to talk to you. Go to AA. It's just, no. I can't relate. Though love be a day and life be nothing, it shall not stop kissing. Though love be a day, is that part of the last crap thing? Yeah, that's part of the last crappy thing. So we'll just wipe that slate thing. E. Cummings. When you fall in love with someone, you're finished. It's always like that. Francois Sagan. Yeah, I think so. I remember when I was telling my dad this morning, I remember when I stopped feeling in love. After 7 years of being passionately in love and a disastrous relationship, and after 3 or 4 years, I realized one day, oh my gosh. Hi. I'm doing a live video, so I can't chat. Live video. Huh? What's this?
I'm doing my tapping.
Oh, your emotional freedom technique tapping?
No.
But I'm doing a live video.
That's the tapping.
Live video. Reading poetry. You can have lunch though.
Nah.
Why not?
Not that hungry.
Oh. Well, I could finish up because I probably did enough anyway.
Okay.
Unless you have a poem off the top of your head. You gotta talk loud because the microphones are... I don't know what happened to the microphone's right here. Here, let me give you the microphone.
Let's see.
I'll say it. I'll repeat the words as you say it. Tess knows a lot.
I used to know it, but
The fire and the rose are one.
well, I don't recall one off the top of my head. It goes something like, "We shall not cease from exploration,
We shall not cease from exploration,
and all of our searching
and all of our searching
will be to arrive
will be to arrive
at where we started,
at where we started
and know the place
and know the place
for the
for
first
the
time.
first time." That's beautiful.
And all will be one,
And all will be one.
and all that's well will be one.
And all that's well will be one. And all will be well, and all that will all will be one, and all that will be well will be one.
Well, I missed a couple of words in there.
She said
When the tongues of flame,
when the tongues and the flame,
tongues of flame
when the tongues of flame
are enfolded into the crown knot of fire,
are enfolded into the crown knot of fire,
and the fire and the rose are one.
and the fire and the rose are one. That's it. That's beautiful, Tess.
That's the last part of
T.S. Eliot?
Four
Quartets.
Four quartets.
I guessed that right.
Burnt Norton.
Still hanging in there. Look at this gorgeous flowers from around the neighborhood. These are real. It's pretty crystal. It's pretty, 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 pretty. Okay. So that was beautiful, Tess. That was beautiful. So, okay. That's it for today.
I have one more, but
Okay,
I
go
can't quite
ahead.
remember
Tess has
it.
one more.
Give me 30 seconds.
Your socks are so cute. One is cow and one is zebra. One is a cow print, one is zebra print. You know, I just feel like art goes on plates. We don't think that it's arrogant to have butterflies on the plates, and art goes on the wall. Why can't art go on the body like a flower to decorate? I mean, I don't feel like that it's being worshipped as an idol.
Well, people do it. Tattoos.
And tattoos, and wearing and driving fancy cars, like a really expensive gleaming car is not wanting to be worshipped any more than wearing a gleaming outfit. I just feel like that if you have true humility in your heart, it really doesn't matter what you wear.
Yeah, I'd like to wear.
If you feel comfortable in a burlap bag, wear it.
I'd like
if
to
you
wear-
feel comfortable in a prom dress, wear it. That's my opinion.
I'd like to wear a Bentley.
Tess said she'd like to wear a Bentley. I don't want a Bentley.
Preferably a convertible.
See, I'm uncomfortable in a really ostentatious car. But some people I know aren't. They like an ostentatious car, but they'll wear really funky clothes. But it just seems like such a hypocritical thing to me that when you wear this gleaming metal that you wrap around your body, that's okay, but not a gleaming dress or a gleaming jacket. You know, it's like, oh, but that steps into being worshipped as an idol, but not the car. That's the contradiction that I just don't get. What do you think, Tess?
I think
The meaning of the
that the mouse,
life is in the blue of the sky.
the mouse descending into space is in a big trouble.
The what's descending into space?
The mouse.
The mouths?
Mouse. It's a little mouse.
The little mouse descending into space is in big trouble. Why?
Because there's no air up there to breathe.
Because there's no air up there. Right? So, yeah, but I also have to say, with regard to the clothes, talking to, I want to say her name is, I said Laura, but it wasn't Laura. It was Dawn. Was it Dawn and Clancy? She's a very, very nice woman. I think a liberal, but anyway, I had a little brain fart there. Let me have a sip. Hold on. It's just water. It's water with remnants of chocolate. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. That I felt comfortable talking to her because I was a little less weird. And so that felt good. And then yesterday I felt really good. So there is something to be said for dressing more normal. I don't know if this flower at the neck is normal. Most people don't wear a flower at the neck, but I don't think it's, the rest of the outfit's so plain that it kind of draws in the blue flower here. And with the sacred blue flower that Jesus gave to Mary Magdalene, I thought it was kind of spiritual.
We should read Richard Wilber's The Aspen and the Stream.
You have it?
It's just, you can look it up.
I'm videotaping on here.
Oh.
You could look it up on this, on my iPhone. We're gonna look at Richard Wilber's The Aspen and the Stream. Yeah, so maybe clothes are used to keep people away because of my lifestyle, because of childhood trauma, maybe. Having learning disability and feeling separate and then just keeping people at separate. It's
Richard Wilber's,
you
quote, The Aspen and the Stream.
I don't know. Why do I wear such weird clothes? Did I wear weird clothes when we first met? Or was I more normal?
You were more normal.
I was more normal. I blame Tess for wearing weird clothes. I don't know, she's gonna come back. All right, so so I'm trying to figure out a more normal outfit. It's just a yellow tee, a white little top. This isn't very normal, but I wanted to put something to make it match. It just needed to match. It needed to have continuity. I need the outfit to have continuity. So the blue flower brought in the blue from the leggings. These are my leggings from N4K, clam digger style. And we also have to consider what country we're in. Are we in Asia where they wear, sarongs, or are we in Africa where it's too hot, or are we in New York City where you need to kind of blend in on the street, or California where it's like bright colors because there's lots of flowers? Where are we? What's our environment? Like Texas, we were, it's farming communities, so it's a little more casual. Well, some Texans try to be cosmopolitan like me. I grew up in Texas, but I wanted to be a city girl, so I tried to wear what I thought was sophisticated clothes. This is my idea of a sophisticated outfit. Okay. Tessa's looking something up. So, I know I have to speak in some kind of...
Oh, this is...
Okay.
What does anemoia mean?
What does anemoia mean?
I've never seen the word before.
I've never seen it before.
Anemoia is a word coined by the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows.
It's about obscure
which
sorrows.
Means nostalgia for a time you have never known.
For a time you've never known.
What a great concept.
Where did you get that from? What did you look up?
You had it looked up.
I did?
I believe that our core At our core, we all are deeply desiring of a world where justice and liberation
Deeply at our core, we're looking
dominate
for a world
our
where
social
justice
practices.
dominates our social practices.
Okay, now.
What's the word again?
Animonia.
Animonia.
It's just one letter different than anemone.
And what does an anemone mean?
That's a little orchid
Oh,
in the
little,
sea.
little.
A sea anemone.
Okay. Animonia. Animonia means.
Anemone is actually an easy word to spell. A-N-E-N-O-N-E.
We don't care about how it's spelled. You
Huh?
bore us with that spelling stuff. At least you bore me.
You hear that, being?
Beanie just wants to go piss
small mind.
and poop.
Chattering, small-minded banter. Okay.
My sister gave me this ring. I think it lost its stone, so I'm not sure. Very pretty, very pretty. I think it's real. I'm not sure, but it sure is pretty. And I made this one.
Richard Wilber's The Aspen and the Stream.
Richard Wilber's The Aspen and the Stream. I can whistle. Tracy, I can whistle. When we were little, I couldn't whistle. My mom told me, curl up your tongue like this. So I would curl up my tongue. That's not how you whistle, is curl up your tongue.
Well, some people do. They go,
No whistle
I
came
guess.
out. My sister can do all
no, they
kinds
do.
of
They do. Something like that. I don't know. I've never been able to do it.
So now I can whistle. And Tess doesn't think I can whistle very well.
Huh? I know you can't whistle very well.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't
I
whistle
can whistle.
worth the shit.
Here's Tracy. And her babies. I hope to have babies like this someday. And Tess is going to have a family too. And we're going to hang out together. One big happy family. She's a beautiful mom with her beautiful babies. And whenever we'd go out in New York City, sometimes they thought I was a mom. I was like, oh God, Mom. But who knows, with the med beds growing back the ovaries, it could happen. Let's see what happens here. It's a kaleidoscope. Nah. Is that interesting? Not really? How about this way? Not any better? How about this way? It's kind of interesting, huh? Bit of visuals. That's pretty interesting. Oh, look at how the blue light gets in there. Little sparkles of blue. I like it. Oh, I like it. Well, any day now for your reading. What else can I show? This is kind of cute. So cute. These little birds, are they so cute? My mom's little birds. I don't know what that yellow on it. Probably. I don't know what that is. Oh, maybe a little yellow. Little birds, little birds. Look at their little faces. It's so cute. Oh, today I saw the red vermilion bird. I saw the red vermilion. Glittering snow.
Oh.
If you can enjoy glittering snow, why can't you enjoy glittering eyes? You put a little sparkle like that on your eyes. It's the beauty of glittering snow. But people go, snow can glitter, but not your eyes, because then you'll become an idol, and that's not nice. I don't understand where beauty, God's beauty, whether it's a mountain, a sunset, or a woman's eyes, if they create beauty artistically with their clothing, why it means they're a narcissist or they're egotistical. Like that's what some people believe. Like the Drew's line. The Drew's line.
Insecure people.
They think that you're trying to be God by being like, this ornament is beautiful. It sparkles. It catches the light. Now, if you put sparkles on your eyes, you're beautiful. You sparkle. You catch the light. You can even see all the things in the reflection of sequence. This ball is not trying to be God or be worshipped. It's just being beautiful. what's wrong with being beautiful? And even if you're not beautiful, but you're sparkling. I've seen some really homely people that do the best they can to sparkle and to shine, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful. And they're like 150 years old, or 120, 90 years old, and they try to do something, and it's just so sweet and beautiful. I just think any effort is celebrating God, is the glory of God, not trying to be God or be better than God. But it seems like the small minds say that you're challenging God or wanting to be God. I don't see this kind of, I don't really, it's hard for me to comprehend somebody saying that beauty is equated with narcissism or wanting to be beautiful or being artistic in your appearance. I just don't see it. Any day now with your thing.
Well, I'm sure I found it, but
What happened? Like any day now. In a love book, I don't understand why they have obese people. It's like they have these old obese people. I mean, I know some people get obese, but why glamify it and glorify it and put a stamp of approval on it? Like, oh, it's like, it'd be like a person with a cocaine habit, like a cocaine head or with a crack pipe and putting them in the love book. It's like, I don't want to see that. So let's see. There they are. I don't know what's happening over here, but this looks sweet. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Strange. And this, okay, let's see what it says.
well,
So it says, take
wasn't.
Oh, did you find something?
This was an analysis
Okay, let's see.
of the poem, but
Well, just give us an analysis.
no, you want to.
Here's one. Don't threaten me with love, baby. Let's just go walking in the rain. Billie Holiday. Nothing like a frickin', what was she, a Demerol? No, what did she do?
She was a heroin addict.
Yeah, nothing like a heroin addict to give us some inspirational love things. She couldn't handle love herself, so she's going to give us some love advice. No. This has to be a satanic book. Only little boys and old men sneer at love. You gotta be horny. You gotta be horny to appreciate love. We have grown used to godless universe, and I don't think that's true either. I think some old men and some young boys. I saw this little boy holding a baby, and it was so beautiful. And he was crying. I actually think he was crying because he felt replaced as a little baby. And Tessa's gonna get something. I think he felt replaced as a little baby, and the mom didn't pick up on that because I'm psychic, and he was crying because he felt like he was the little baby. But she thought he was crying because he was so touched by his sister. And as I was watching it, I thought that, but later on reflection, his tears were really about being replaced, which is understandable because he was a little baby himself. So I think a mom needs to sit there and say, you are not my number one baby, and this baby is another part and a best friend for you. And together, our love is even more, because at a party, if you have a party by yourself, it's not as fun. But when you have more people, it's more fun. Instead of like, do you love your baby? Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Right? Let's see. Okay.
Hang on.
Why is it better to love than be loved? It is.
Because it's an act.
Sure.
It's an act of giving.
It is better to be loved than be loved. It is sure. It's the same thing to love.
No,
or
it's
be
not.
loved.
Yeah, no, it is sure because you have control over it. If you to be loved, you have no control over that.
Oh.
You can love at your own will.
To be loved, you have no control over that.
No, because that's from someone else.
But to love, you have control over.
Yeah,
your
to
feelings.
be loved is very insecure.
To be loved is very insecure
Because you never know when it can be withdrawn.
because you never know what can be taken away. But to love, it can never be taken away because
I felt that. I felt it from you.
What?
That you didn't love me anymore.
Recently?
Well, no, a long time ago. But
Why?
well, because you moved out.
You pushed me out.
No, I didn't. Well, that wasn't my perception. It was yours.
Because, Tess, you did. I don't just up and leave unless I'm not
No,
welcome. Subconsciously, you wanted me to leave so you could have a sex change.
No, the real reason you moved out was
We're getting deep now.
the real reason you moved out was so that you could be closer to Rick. Because
And
you
the
thought,
real reason I wanted to be closer to Rick is because he still had a dick and he would make love to me.
because you felt that he would further your career. You probably would have moved out.
No, I did want his music, but I loved him for him.
Yeah, you probably would have moved out even if I had remained Rick.
But also, I was making movies at that time, and so I didn't need his music as much.
You saw him as a doorway to success.
Somewhat, but even
Somewhat.
when I didn't know when Douglas came into my life, I didn't need Rick anymore. But I still wanted his love, and I wanted the sex. That's true.
Well, sex with me was.
Sex with you was awesome, but then you changed it because you took female hormones and there was no more sex.
I know. That was a big mistake on my part.
She said that was a big mistake on her part. Well, I think the whole thing was a big mistake, but I don't even think it's your fault. I think you were caught up in a world that was promoting perversions and, like me, becoming a dancer.
If I had stayed with the original therapist, who unfortunately retired.
No, you got rid of her because she wasn't condoning your agenda.
No, I didn't. That's you remember correctly. What happened was the first therapist I had was kind and sweet and wonderful, and
you guys can hear
she tried to discourage me because she felt it would affect my marriage. The next therapist, and then she retired or got injured or something, and the next week I got this therapist who was just absolutely bonkers.
The next therapist was absolute bonkers. That's my concern about a therapist. I've gone in to see therapists, and I think they're crazier than I am. It's like I think they need me because I'm psychic. I see what their problems are.
And then I went on to see Jane.
I know all about them, and then they're giving me advice. I'm just like,
I went on to see Jane.
I don't want to be like you.
Jane
they're
was
fat. They're dysfunctional. Their marriages are shit, and they're depressed.
Jane,
I don't want it.
I went on to see Jane, but Jane was a trans. She changed her sex.
She went to go see a transsexual therapist. And
so she had
she said, "Cut off your dick like me." So, what do you expect when you go to a therapist?
Although she certainly didn't mean, I think, but still.
But I want to say something here.
But I never would. I never would have done it if you had.
Allow me to say something. Allow me to say something. Allow me to say something. Okay, so here.
Where's my Kindle?
Excuse me. Okay, so with regard to having a therapist, I do think that I could go to a ballet teacher and they might be a mediocre ballet dancer. Like my teacher Patrick was a great ballet dancer. He came from the Paris Ballet Opera, but he didn't train like I did at 5 and 6 and 7, 8. He probably started training more like around 18, 20. So he didn't, it's like when you train as a really young child, you're way better than if you start later on as an adult. And he was a great dancer and a great teacher. And I still learned from him, even though he was flawed as a dancer. He was actually a pianist in ballet classes and then became a ballet dancer because he loved the dance so much. So that is the thing that I'm saying about a therapist. Even though a therapist might not be as psychic as you are, or as evolved as you are, as creative as you are, or as accomplished as you are, and they might kind of be a loser in many ways, but they might be the perfect person to listen and to. But then I think my friends are. I don't have to explain everything in depth with them about, well, this person was that and this person. It takes so much time and labor. I'm out of efficiency. If I go to a trusted friend that I've gone to many times before, and I've put in the time to be therapist to them when they're doing their exploration work or their difficulty with relationships, then I get paid back And it's sort of like a tit for tat. Look, I spent hours and hours helping you through a relationship breakup. Now it's your turn to help me do my shadow work. So I feel like it's a good exchange, and I don't have to sit there and explain, well, this was back then and that person was this. And it's like so much, they already know who this person is. I can say the name and it's instantaneous. So I think if you do your shadow work or your inventory, we like to call it inventory in Al-Anon. Have you found something, Tess?
Oh, well,
I'm going to wrap this up if you didn't.
Okay, here's...
Okay, so.
Well, I wanted to read the Aspen in the Stream. I wish this...
Okay, so read it and I'll repeat it.
Hold on. But it's not... Oh.
It's fun hanging out with you guys.
I need an index.
I love you, Dad. I love you, Dad. I love you, Dad. I love you, Tracy. If you didn't hear on my last video, I said I really appreciate you coming and being supportive of me when I was in such a vulnerable place.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to have it.
I mean that.
Just a second.
My hair, I slept, it's so frizzy. I slipped on my hair and it got all frizzed out. Frilling. Blue rose. So if you go to the Sacred Blue Tent, I said on the last one, you can get information. The Sacred Blue Tent on Telegram. And the blue is symbolic of the blue rose that Jesus gave Mary Magdalene the day before he was taken away. So this is like the blue rose that Jesus gave.
I got
Mary.
it.
Oh, Tess found it. Okay, go slow so I can repeat.
Beholding element in whose pure eye.
Beholding element in whose pure eye.
My vows upon a ground of heaven lie.
My vows upon ye ground of heaven lie.
O deep surrendered mind, where cloud and stone.
O deep
surrendered mind.
Deep surrendered mind.
Where cloud and
Where
stone.
cloud and stone.
Cloud and stone.
Cloud and stone.
Compose their beings and efface your own.
Compose their beings and abase their own.
Your own.
Your own.
Teach me like you.
Teach me like you.
To drink creation whole.
To drink creation whole.
And casting out myself.
And casting out myself.
Become a soul.
Become a soul.
Why should the water drink?
Why should the water drink?
Blithering little tree.
Blithering little tree.
This, by the way, is a stream answering. The aspen was speaking before, now the stream is answering.
The aspen was speaking before, and now the stream is speaking.
The stream replies, why should the water drink?
Why should the water drink?
Blithering little tree.
Blithering little tree.
Think of what you choose to think.
Think of what you choose to think.
But lisp no more at me.
But lisp no more at me.
I seek an empty mind.
I seek an empty mind.
Reflection is my curse.
Reflection is my curse.
Oh, never have I been blind.
Oh, never have I been blind.
To the damned universe.
To the damned universe.
Save one eye rose in flood.
Say one eye frozen in flood.
No, save when I rose.
Save when I rose.
In flood.
In flood.
And in my lathered flight.
And in my lathered flight.
So fouled myself with mud.
So fouled myself with mud.
As to be purged of sight.
As to be purged of sight.
The aspen replies.
The aspen replies.
Your water livens me, but not your word.
Your water livens me, but not your word.
And what you spoke was what I thought if what you spoke was what I thought I heard.
If what you spoke was what I thought I heard.
But likely I mistook you.
But likely I mistook you.
What with the claims.
But with the claims.
Of crow and cricket teaching me their names.
Of crow and cricket teaching me their names.
And all this flap and shifting in my head.
And all this flap and shifting in my head.
I must have lost the drift of what you said.
I must have lost the drift of what you said.
The stream replies.
The stream replies.
There may be rocks ahead.
There may be rocks ahead.
We're shivered into smoke.
We're shivered into smoke.
And brawling in my bed.
And brawling in my bed.
I'll shred this gaudy cloak.
I'll shred this gaudy cloak.
Then dodging down a trough.
Then dodging down a trough.
Into a rocky hole.
Into a rocky hole.
I'll shake the daylight off.
I'll shake the daylight off.
And repossess my soul.
And repossess my soul.
In blackness and in fall.
In blackness and in fall.
Where self to self shall roar.
Where self and self shall roar.
Till deaf and blind to all.
Till deaf and blind to all.
I shall be self no more.
I shall be self. This sounds very satanic.
The acid replies, out of your sullen flux I shall distill.
Is this satanic?
I know.
Is it close to the end?
Yeah, Wilber was
dark.
No.
Kind of dark and rocky.
Sometimes he would ask the very last,
We'll get to the good part. This is so bleak.
The very first poem in here is, or the very first poem in here is called "The Beautiful Changes."
The Beautiful Changes.
Yeah. Out of your sullen flux, I shall distill.
Out of your sullen flux,
I shall distill.
I shall distill.
A gayer spirit and a clamoring will.
I like that. A gayer spirit and a clamoring will.
And reach toward all about me and ensnare.
And reach
toward all
about me
and ensnare.
And ensnare.
With roots the earth.
With roots the earth.
With branches all the air.
With branches all the air.
Even if that blind groping but achieves.
Even if that blind rope but achieves.
Groping.
Roping.
Groping.
Groping.
But achieves.
But achieves.
A darker head.
A darker head.
A few more aspen leaves.
A few more aspen leaves.
But
okay, that's good.
I was going to tell you the beautiful changes.
Okay, let's hear that. And that'll be the last poem.
Okay, that was.
Because people are busy. My dad is busy. My sister's busy. They don't have time for so much poetry. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. 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 You can, and you're halfway there. Disco. This is the disco portion. A little rap.
Okay, here I got it.
To my crib.
I got it.
Okay, go ahead.
This was his very first poem. You should just let me say it, and then you have to repeat it.
Well, my microphone's over here.
Oh, okay. One waiting, a fall meadow.
One waving, a fall meadow.
Vines on all sides.
Vines on all sides.
The Queen Anne's lace lying like lilies.
And lace lying like lilies.
On water it glides.
And glides.
So from the walker
it
turns. Dry grass to a lake. As the slightest shade of you. Valleys my mind. In fabulous blue lucerne.
What concerns?
Valleys my mind in fabulous blue lucerne.
Blue lucernes?
No. Valleys my mind.
Valleys my mind.
In fabulous blue lucerne.
In fabulous blue lucerne.
Lucerne is a lake in Switzerland. Mm. The beautiful changes.
The beautiful changes.
As a forest is changed.
As the forest is changed.
By a chameleon turning his skin to it.
By his chameleon turning his skin to it.
As a mantis arranged.
As a mantis arranged.
On a green leaf grows.
On the green leafed clothes.
Into it makes the leaf leafier and proves.
Into it makes the leaves leafier and grooves.
Proves. Any greenness is deeper than anyone knows.
Any greenness is deeper than anyone knows.
Your hands hold roses always in a way that says.
And your hands hold roses in a way that always says.
They are not only yours, the beautiful changes.
They are not always yours, the beautiful changes.
In such kind ways.
In such kind ways.
Wishing ever to sunder.
Wishing ever to sunder.
Things and things selves.
Things and things selves.
For a second finding to lose.
For a second finding to lose.
For a moment, all that touches back to wonder.
For a moment, all that touches back to wonder. What does that mean?
Well, fuck if I know.
She says, fuck if I know. All right, that's it. I gotta sign off because I've been on here quite a while.
Well, there's a short one.
No, that's it.
There's a short one right
Just
at
could
the
go
beginning.
on for a long, long time. How short is it? Like this short?
Yeah. It's
Look
just,
at me.
Yeah.
All right, this is a short one. And then you promise to close it down?
Yeah.
You give me the word?
This is the very first poem in here.
You give me the word?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the last one. This is the last one. Here you go.
A milkweed.
A milkweed.
Anonymous as cherubs.
Anonymous as cherubs.
Over the crib of God.
Over the crib of God.
White seeds are floating.
White seeds are floating.
Out of my burst pod.
Out of my birth pod.
Burst pod.
Burst pod.
What power had I?
What power had I?
Before I learned to yield.
Before I learned to yield.
Shattered me great wind.
And shattered me great wind.
I shall possess the field.
I shall possess the field.
No, the field.
The field. The wheel, the field.
I like the stone. So it goes, as casual as cow dung.
As casual as cow dung.
Under the crib of God.
Under the crib of God.
I lie where chance would have me.
I lie where chance would have me.
Upon the ears and sod.
Upon the years of...
Up to the ears and sod.
To the years and sod.
Why should I move?
Why should I move?
To move.
To move.
Befits a light desire.
Befits a light desire.
The sill of heaven would founder.
The sill of light would sounder.
Did such as I aspire.
That such as I aspire.
And that's called a stone.
That's called a stone. So there you have it. A little soft-spoken video, sort of just talking, rambling, poetry reading. And who is it you just read?
Richard Wilber.
Richard Wilber. And we have the Lover's Quote Book. We send love and light to all of you. I love you, Dad. I love you all the patriots, the Q team, the patriots that are fighting for our lives. Go to the Sacred Blue Tent. This is the Sacred Blue Tent on Telegram, like a tent. The Sacred Blue Tent on Telegram. Go there for the information if you aren't aware or awake and you want to know more. It's mind-blowing. Love and light to you all. Love and light to you all. I love you, Dad. I love you, Tracy. I love you all.